Cortisol is the real productivity killer, and how to end the burnout loop. You're not tired because you lack discipline. You're tired because cortisol is faking productivity. That wired, urgent buzz, it narrows your focus just enough to feel busy while draining the systems you need to think clearly. Chronic cortisol quietly blunts memory, decision-making, and creativity, then wrecks your sleep so tomorrow's worse. Today, I'll show you the Cortisol-Burnout Feedback Loop and a simple, neuroscience-backed 3-step reset. You'll learn the mistake that makes stress stick, a counterintuitive 7-minute reset that works fast, and a tech switch that drops your spikes. Let's diagnose the loop you're stuck in, then break it quickly. The burnout loop, why your hustle feels like progress but isn't. Let's start with what your brain is doing under constant urgency. When your system senses threat, deadlines, pings, unresolved tasks, it flips on the stress response. Cortisol rises, your attention narrows, and you get a quick edge. In the short term, that edge helps you tackle immediate problems. But here's the catch. The more time you spend in that threat state, the more your brain prioritizes speed over strategy. You look busy, but the work gets shallower. Here's the loop. A stressor hits. Cortisol spikes. Your focus tunnels. You default to the easiest visible win, checking email, clearing notifications, starting 2 tasks at once, grabbing caffeine. Those moves feel like progress, but they create more micro-stressors. New threads, more pings, more context switching. Each one triggers another small spike. The day becomes a chain of stressors feeding stress. Now map that to a normal morning. Your phone lights up before you're out of bed. You skim 3 messages, your mind starts problem solving, and you skip a calm start. You caffeinate to meet the urgency your brain already set. In that state, deep work feels too slow, so you pick the quick-hit tasks. By noon, you've made 50 decisions that didn't move the needle. By late afternoon, you're chasing energy with sugar or another coffee. At night, you're tired but wired, exhausted body, busy mind. The thing most people miss is that anxiety can feel like motivation. Arousal isn't clarity. Your body's rev is not your brain's plan. When cortisol narrows your attention, it also reduces cognitive flexibility. So even if you feel on, your prefrontal cortex, responsible for working memory, impulse control, and complex reasoning, works less efficiently under chronic load. That's why simple choices feel heavy and you over-index on urgent but trivial tasks. Consequences stack fast. Prefrontal fatigue shows up as indecision, over-editing, and procrastination masked as perfectionism. Sleep gets disrupted because late-day cortisol delays melatonin timing, so you fall asleep later and wake less restored. Emotional reactivity rises because the brain's threat circuitry stays primed. Minor friction feels like a big deal. The more reactive you are, the more fires you perceive, and the loop feeds itself. Another subtle trap, busyness gives you dopamine hits. Each cleared notification or checked box gives a tiny reward. So your brain learns that shallow, reactive work feels good now, while deep work feels wrong because it lacks immediate payoff and requires uncertainty tolerance. That conditioning is sneaky. It's why you open your inbox just to peek and lose 40 minutes. Now here's where most people mess up, confusing cortisol spikes with productive energy. That push you trust for grind mode? It's expensive. It borrows from sleep quality, learning consolidation, and immune function. You can sprint like that for a day or two and get away with it. String it into weeks and your baseline rises. You don't calm down fully between spikes, so the next small stressor triggers a big response. You live in a rev that feels normal, but your clarity and creativity quietly drop. Let me ground this in a 1-day audit. Start of day. First light is phone light, no natural light exposure, and mouth breathing as you scroll. That combination tells your nervous system, threat is here, and we need to react. Mid-morning, you're bouncing between tabs. Each switch costs a cognitive tax and a small stress hit. Noon, you skip a real break. Your body never gets the signal to downshift, so the afternoon slump hits harder. Evening, bright screens keep your brain in day mode. You try to wind down, but your physiology says, not yet. Why does this loop feel so convincing? Because cortisol actually helps in the moment. You do get faster on repetitive, known tasks. That's the short-term gain. But on anything that needs strategy, planning, or creative synthesis, you're worse. You compensate by working longer. Output feels high because hours are high. Meanwhile, quality declines and error rates rise, which creates rework, the quiet tax of burnout. There's also a social layer. Teams normalize urgency. Quick replies become the currency of being on it. You bend your schedule to match the loudest channel. That trains your brain to scan for threats, not value. Even your breaks become micro-stressors if they're just doom scrolling. Your recovery time stops being recovery, so baseline stress never fully resets. If you remember nothing else from this section, remember this: threat state narrows, calm state broadens. Productivity that scales comes from broad attention selecting the right work, then focused attention executing it. When you live in threat mode, you skip the selection and chase the execution of whatever screams loudest. The game changer nobody talks about is subtracting stress input before adding productivity tricks. You don't need another app. You need fewer unplanned triggers. Lowering the number of spikes reduces total cortisol exposure across the day. That gives your prefrontal cortex the bandwidth to do its job again, hold context, plan, and say no. Once you see the loop, your usual fixes make more sense. More caffeine, more willpower, and more hours treat symptoms. They keep the loop alive. Breaking it starts with state. Downshift the body first, then rebuild your environment so it doesn't constantly respike you, then schedule work to match the state you can reliably create. Now that you've spotted the trap, we can step out of it. Cortisol 101, the useful alarm that overstays its welcome. Let's take the mystery out of cortisol so you can drop the shame and get some control. Cortisol isn't the villain. It's your body's built-in alarm that mobilizes energy when something matters. You want that in short bursts. The problem starts when the alarm keeps chirping all day for stuff that isn't truly life or death. That's when the helpful signal turns into background noise that frays your focus, sleep, and mood. Here's the quick map of what's happening. A stressor shows up, physical or psychological. Your brain flags it and kicks the hypothalamic-pituitary-adrenal axis into gear, CRH to ACTH to cortisol. In an acute moment, this is perfect. Cortisol frees glucose, sharpens attention, dulls non-essential processes, and makes you ready to act. Then, when the threat passes, a healthy system turns the dial down. That rise and fall cycle works great for real sprints. Chronic is different. With repeated stressors, constant alerts, unresolved tasks, social friction, your system never fully returns to baseline. The idle runs high. That's called allostatic load, the wear and tear of staying revved. Over time, the areas you rely on for strategy and self-control, like the prefrontal cortex, become less efficient under that load. You end up with a brain that's excellent at spotting threats and terrible at choosing what matters. There's also a clock angle you need to know. Cortisol isn't just a stress hormone, it's a circadian hormone. In a healthy rhythm, it's highest in the morning. Think of it like the natural get up and go, and it tapers across the day. You want a clear slope, higher earlier, lower at night. When you're stuck in the loop, you often flatten that curve. You feel groggy in the morning and wired at night. That makes both focus and sleep harder. What counts as a stressor? Not just emergencies. Your body doesn't distinguish much between a tough workout, a sharp email, a money worry, or a sudden noise. All of it can nudge the system. Physical stressors can be good when dosed, exercise, cold, heat, because they're brief and predictable. Psychological stressors are slippery because they're open-ended and often self-created by rumination and uncertainty. The open loop keeps the tap dripping. Let's do a quick self-check. See if this pattern lands. Mornings feel flat until caffeine. You get a decent mid-morning window. You crash hard mid-afternoon. You catch a second wind around 9 or 10 p.m. Falling asleep takes longer than it used to. You wake in the night with a busy mind. Snacks or sugar feel necessary to push through. Small annoyances hit harder than they should. If that's you, your circadian and stress systems are probably out of sync. The reason simply naming this helps is because it reduces the threat response by adding predictability. When your brain can label a pattern, this is a cortisol slope problem, this is a stress spike, it stops looking for danger everywhere. That gives you levers. Change light timing, change breathing mechanics, change inputs. Without that frame, you chase stimulation to fix fatigue, more caffeine, more scrolling, more urgency, and dig the hole deeper. Now, why do your usual fixes backfire? Because stimulation doesn't equal restoration. Caffeine blocks adenosine, so you feel less sleepy, but it doesn't restore prefrontal capacity or lower stress hormones. A quick doom scroll gives novelty dopamine, which briefly masks discomfort, but it also adds uncertainty and micro-threats that keep cortisol elevated. Task switching feels like momentum, but each switch adds a tiny stress toll and drains working memory. Before we get tactical, I want you to separate three things in your mind: arousal, attention, and clarity. Arousal is your physiological energy, how on your body feels. Attention is where that energy points. Clarity is your ability to choose the right target. Cortisol boosts arousal. It can narrow attention. But clarity lives in a calm, coordinated prefrontal cortex. That's why you can feel amped and still choose poorly. So what do we do with this? First, accept cortisol's role as a useful alarm you'll keep, just with better boundaries. You're not trying to eliminate stress. You're trying to restore a healthy waveform, strong, short peaks for real problems, long, low valleys for recovery and deep work. Second, learn the levers that change your state quickly: light, breath, movement, and timing. Third, remove the sneaky triggers that keep refiring the system. A micro story. Last week, a client told me their afternoons were always shot. They'd stack meetings, slam coffee at 2, and then hit a wall at 4. We shifted their morning light and movement to front-load the natural cortisol peak, swap the 2 p.m. coffee for a short outdoor walk with a few physiological sighs, and put notifications on batch for 2 hours. 2 days later, they messaged, "I did 1 deep block at 3 and didn't crave sugar." The difference wasn't discipline, it was getting the slope right. This is why our reset starts with physiology. You can't mindset your way out of a chemistry pattern that's still screaming threat. Downshift the body, then everything else becomes easier. Fewer spikes, better sleep timing, more access to clarity. And when you do need to sprint, you'll sprint cleaner, because you're starting from a stable baseline instead of stacking another surge onto a system that never cooled down. Why your current fixes backfire. Now that you can spot the loop, let's talk about why your go-to fixes actually reinforce it. Stimulants, screen hits, and white-knuckle willpower feel helpful because they raise arousal fast. But remember, arousal without clarity is just speed in the wrong direction. These fixes treat how you feel, not how your system is functioning. Start with caffeine timing. Caffeine blocks adenosine, the chemical signal that builds sleep pressure. If you slam coffee within minutes of waking, you're stacking stimulation on top of a naturally rising cortisol peak. That teaches your brain, we need more, even when your biology is already providing it. It also delays adenosine clearance, which is why early coffee often comes with a hard afternoon dip and evening restlessness. Late-day caffeine is worse. You feel fine, but it fragments sleep, blunts deep stages, and you wake groggy, so you need more caffeine. That's the loop. Next, doom scroll micro-stressors. You open your phone for a break, but your brain reads novelty, uncertainty, and social comparison as potential threats. Each jolt is small, but they sum. 10 minutes of scroll can deliver dozens of microspikes. Headlines, pings, half-replies, unfinished threads. Your threat system stays primed. You sit back down to work with less working memory and more background noise. Task switching is the stealth tax. Switching tabs, checking messages between thoughts, hopping into quick fixes, all of it purges context from your prefrontal buffer. Reloading that context takes time and a small stress hit. Do it 50 times a day and you've burned an hour of cognitive capacity and kept cortisol trickling. It feels like momentum because you're touching many things, but it's actually fragmentation. Let me walk you through a typical productive day that secretly accumulates arousal. Wake, glance at email in bed, micro-threats land before your first light exposure. You caffeinate early, which stacks on the natural cortisol peak. You bounce between Slack and a doc, each switch empties context. Around noon you're wired but mentally dull, so you chase novelty, news, social, inbox. After lunch, a small slump hits. You reach for another coffee. Meetings run back-to-back with no real off-ramp. At 5 p.m., you're drained but still reactive, so the smallest task feels heavy. You wind down by scrolling in bright light, which says daytime to your brain. You try to sleep, but your system hasn't downshifted, so you delay bedtime or toss. Repeat tomorrow with a little less baseline capacity. Here's the kicker: most people stack fixes that all raise arousal. Coffee plus fast music plus intense to-do sprints plus spicy Slack threads plus late screens. Each one can be fine in isolation. Together, they flatten your ability to return to baseline. That's why you feel always on, but oddly unproductive. The shortcut nobody teaches is subtraction. Before adding tools, remove stressors. Turn off non-critical notifications, set 2 batch check windows for messages, and put your home screen on grayscale. Subtract late caffeine, subtract bright light at night, subtract just-in-case tab hopping. Those removals lower total daily spikes, which gives your prefrontal cortex room to come back online. The difference often shows up within 48 hours. Fewer cravings, steadier attention, faster sleep onset. There's also a willpower trap. Forcing yourself through a high cortisol state can work for a single deadline. But as a lifestyle, it keeps your nervous system biased toward threat. You get good at pushing and bad at sensing. Over time, your baseline arousal becomes your normal, so calm feels wrong. That's why rest feels boring at first. It's unfamiliar, not useless. One more common mistake: using workouts as stimulation rather than regulation. Hard training late at night can boost alertness and delay sleep. If evenings are your only window, keep intensity moderate, finish 90 minutes before bed, and dim lights after. Exercise is a great stressor when it has a clear end and recovery window. Done right, it helps reset your cortisol slope. Done as another spike, it backfires. So the fix isn't more force. It's better timing and fewer open loops. First, downshift physiology. Then, reduce triggers. Then, match work to the state you can maintain. We'll start with physiology next, because once your body can relax on demand, everything else becomes easier. The 3-step cortisol reset, overview and roadmap. You don't need a complicated plan, you need a simple loop you'll actually run. Here's the reset in 3 steps. Step 1 is physiology reset. Downshift your body quickly so your brain regains access to clarity. Step 2 is trigger architecture. Remove the hidden stressors that keep refiring your system. Step 3 is brain-first scheduling. Match the type of work to the nervous system state you can reliably create. Let me give you the quick anatomy so you can use it today. Step 1 works on the levers you control in minutes: breath mechanics, light, movement, and basic nutrition timing. We'll use a 7-minute morning, a short midday reset, and a calm evening to restore your natural cortisol slope. This reduces baseline arousal fast, which is why people often feel a difference within 48 hours. Step 2 targets inputs, not willpower. It's where we stop the constant microspikes. You'll run a tech switch that batches notifications, turns your phone grayscale, purges your home screen, and adds simple inbox rules. Then you'll add micro-boundaries, default no for now, calendar fences, and response windows, plus a couple of quick conflict scripts to close open loops. The goal is fewer what-ifs, fewer pings, and fewer lingering maybe tasks. Step 3 aligns your calendar with biology. You'll cluster 3 states: deep focus, light focus, and admin. Deep focus gets your best circadian window with buffers before and after. Light focus handles creative drafting, research, or planning when your energy is moderate. Admin mops up low-stakes tasks when you're naturally lower. We'll anchor time boxes, pre-commit transitions, and treat recovery slots as non-negotiable, so deep work doesn't spill cortisol into the rest of your day. Here's how it fits together across a day. Morning. A 7-minute routine turns on the body in the right way: nasal breathing, natural light, and movement. That gives you a clean ramp for a deep focus block. Midday. A 3 to 5 minute downshift, physiological size, a brisk outdoor walk, or cold wrists, so the afternoon doesn't slide into a wired slump. Evening. Dimmer light, slower breathing, and a protein-forward dinner window to land your sleep. Your tech environment does the heavy lifting while you work. With notifications batched and visual dopamine turned down, you'll feel fewer urges to tab hop. Calendar fences make context switches intentional. Those tiny structural changes prevent most spikes without you thinking about it. What do you get for running this loop? Better focus within 2 days because your prefrontal cortex isn't fighting constant threat signals. Sleep starts normalizing as evening arousal drops. Sugar and stim cravings ease because you're not chasing energy gaps all day. And importantly, deep work actually feels doable again because you're not starting from a revved baseline. One more payoff: you can still sprint when it matters, but now sprints are clean and contained. You ramp up, deliver, and come back down. That's sustainable ambition, drive without burning the engine. Let me show you exactly how to run Step 1 today. Step 1, physiology reset, calm the body fast. You can't outthink a threat state. When your body is revved, your prefrontal cortex takes a back seat. So we downshift first. 3 levers matter most because they talk directly to your stress systems: breath mechanics, light and movement, and basic nutrition timing. Get these right, and your brain gets access to clarity again, fast. Here's the 7-minute morning that sets your slope. Minute 1, nasal breathing only. Keep the mouth closed and breathe low into the ribs and belly. Nasal breaths add a little resistance, filter air, and naturally slow the rate. Take 5 slow inhales and slightly longer exhales to signal safety. Minutes 2 to 5, go get natural light in your eyes, outside if possible. No sunglasses yet. You're not staring at the sun, just letting bright skylight hit your retinas. That morning light anchors your circadian rhythm and supports a healthy cortisol peak early, so it can taper later. While you're outside, add gentle mobility, neck rolls, shoulder circles, hip hinges, to wake up without spiking. Minutes 6 and 7, a short mobility flow. Think cat-cow, world's greatest stretch, and a deep squat hold. Keep the breathing quiet and nasal. The goal is warm, not wired. Save stimulants for 60-90 minutes after waking if you can. That delay lets adenosine clear and keeps you from stacking caffeine on the natural cortisol peak. You'll feel steadier later. Midday is where most people slide into the wired but dull zone. Use 2 fast tools. First, physiological sighs. Inhale through your nose, then take a second small inhale on top and long slow exhale through the mouth. Do 3 to 5 of those, then return to nasal breathing for a minute. That double inhale reinflates tiny air sacs, drops carbon dioxide efficiently, and slows your heart rate. You'll feel the shift within seconds. Second, if you've been indoors, get a 5 to 10 minute outdoor walk. Eyes on the horizon, not your phone. The longer visual distance reduces micro-threat scanning and lowers arousal without knocking you out. Want an optional accelerator that doesn't wreck your evening? Try a brief cold exposure alternative. 60-90 seconds of cold water on your upper back and neck, or a quick cold wrist and forearm rinse. Keep it short. The point isn't heroics, it's a quick reset that wakes the body without a big stress bill. If cold isn't your thing, swap in a set of slow air squats and a wall stretch. Movement plus breath beats another coffee here. Evening is about landing the plane. 2 hours before bed, start dimming light, especially overhead and blue-rich light. Warmer, lower lamps tell your brain it's night. If you must use screens, add night mode and turn brightness way down. Pair that with slow exhale breathing, in for 4, out for 6 to 8, all nasal if possible. Do 5 minutes while you tidy up or stretch. Long exhales nudge the brake pedal of your nervous system. For dinner, aim protein forward and finish eating at least 2 to 3 hours before sleep if you can. Heavy, late meals can keep your system in day mode. Common mistakes to avoid: mouth breathing during the day and at night, late afternoon caffeine, bright light blasts after sunset, and relaxing with doom scrolls that add micro-stress. If you catch yourself mouth breathing, use a simple cue, tongue on the roof of your mouth, and a sticky note on your monitor that says nasal. If evenings are a mess, make one change. Put your phone in another room for the last hour and set one wind-down cue, lamp on, overheads off. Let me give you a 24-hour experiment so you feel this quickly. Tomorrow morning, do the 7-minute routine before you check your phone. Delay caffeine 60 minutes. Midday, do 3 physiological sighs and a 5-minute outdoor walk before you decide on more coffee. After sunset, shift to lamps and do 5 minutes of long exhale breathing. That's it. Notice 3 things: how fast you can get into your first deep block, whether you crave sugar at 3, and how long it takes you to fall asleep. Most people feel at least one clear win on day 1. Now, a few tweaks for busy schedules. If you're a parent and mornings are chaos, stack light with the school run. No sunglasses for the first 10 minutes and 2 slow breaths at each stoplight. If you work in a windowless office, book a 5-minute light and walk break on your calendar right after lunch. If you're traveling, use the local morning light within an hour of waking to anchor the new time zone, and keep your exhale-focused breathing in the evening to land. You might be thinking, I don't have 7 minutes. You do if you pull it from scrolling. And here's the shortcut. The quality of your next 2 hours comes from the first 7 minutes. Front-load the signal that says, we're safe, alert, and focused. Your brain will follow. If you remember nothing else here, downshift before you decide. Breath sets tempo, light sets the clock, movement sets the mode, and timing keeps you honest. Once you can drop arousal on command, you're ready for step 2, removing the triggers that keep spiking you all day. Step 2, trigger architecture, remove hidden stressors. Once you can downshift on command, the next move is to stop the constant refiring. Triggers keep the loop alive, and environment beats willpower every time. We're going to audit 5 categories: alerts, commitments, clutter, conflicts, and uncertainty. Then run a tech switch and add micro-boundaries that cut spikes without you thinking about it. Start with alerts because pings are cortisol on demand. Do a quick audit. Which apps are allowed to interrupt you right now? Most people let everything through by default. Flip that. Set notifications to none by default and create 2 batch windows for messages, midday and late afternoon. That single change collapses dozens of micro-spikes a day. If someone truly needs you urgently, give them a back channel with a clear subject line you can filter for. Everything else waits for the window. Now commitments. Hidden stress isn't just what hits your phone, it's what sits in your head. Make a list of every open loop that tugs at you, half-finished tasks, vague shoulds, and pending decisions. Mark each as do, delegate, defer, or delete. Then use a default response, no for now. That phrasing closes uncertainty without burning bridges. If it matters, it'll ask again. Your brain relaxes when maybes become no's. Clutter next. Visual and digital clutter both demand micro-decisions. Simplify your work surface to what you need for the current block. Everything else goes out of sight. On your computer, close orphan tabs and park them in a single read decide later list with a date. If you haven't opened it in a week, it auto-deletes. Fewer objects equals fewer choices equals fewer spikes. Conflicts are the sneakiest triggers because they live rent-free. If there's a tense thread or a person you're avoiding, write a 3-line script you can send. Acknowledgement, clear ask, next step. Example, hey, thanks for raising X here. S what I can do by Friday. Why, if that works, I'll send Z by noon. If not, propose an alternative. Clarity replaces rumination. You don't need the perfect words, you need a clean next move. Uncertainty creates endless background noise. Close it with boundaries you can point to. Set response windows in your email signature. I check messages at 12 and 4. If urgent, text urgent. Add calendar fences, a 15-minute buffer after meetings, and a 10-minute pre-block ritual on deep work. Those fences aren't nice-to-haves, they're insurance against cortisol spillover. They also signal to others that you're not instantly available, and people adapt. Here's the tech switch that does half the work for you. First, turn your phone grayscale. It sounds small, but pulling the color out cuts novelty dopamine. Next, purge your home screen to 1 row, calendar, notes, timer, camera. Bury everything else in a single folder off page 1. Remove red badges everywhere. Then set focus modes. Work mode allows calendar, timer, and 1 messaging app from key people. Personal mode allows family. Sleep mode allows alarms and nothing else. Tie each mode to a schedule so you don't have to think about it. Email needs 2 rules. Rule 1, auto-filter newsletters and promos into a Review Friday folder. Rule 2, if a message contains the words quick question, touch base, or circling back, auto-flag it and batch for your admin window. Those phrases often mean vague asks that create open loops. When they land in a batch, they stop spiking your morning. Micro-boundaries keep your day from fraying. Try these 3. Default no for now. I'm at capacity this week, revisit next sprint. Calendar fences. Book a 5-minute shutdown at the end of deep blocks to list the next action and park it. Response windows. If you get a DM during deep work, reply with a canned message that explains your schedule and when you'll respond. You're training your environment as much as your brain. Let's run a 20-minute trigger kill session. Set a timer for 5 minutes, disable non-critical notifications, and set focus modes. Next 5, grayscale on, home screen purge, badges off. Next 5, create 2 email rules and archive 50+ low-value emails in 1 sweep. Final 5, write your conflict script and paste your no for now template into text replacements. In 20 minutes, you'll remove hundreds of daily micro-stressors. Now, common mistakes. Leaving maybe tasks lingering because they feel harmless. They are. Every maybe reopens the loop. Another mistake is treating focus modes like suggestions. They only work if they're automatic. Also, batch windows fail when you peak. If you break the window, reset it. Don't just reply to one. That one trains the loop. You might be thinking, what about emergencies? You'll still catch them. That's what the back channel is for. True emergencies are rare, and when you stop treating everything as urgent, real urgency stands out. Your team will learn your rhythm, and your stress will drop because you're not bracing for interruption every minute. A quick micro story. A designer I worked with cut slack to 2 windows and moved their phone to grayscale. In week 1, they felt out of the loop. In week 2, they shipped 2 deep pieces, missed nothing urgent, and reported fewer evening sugar cravings. The difference wasn't more discipline, it was fewer spikes. If you remember one thing here, remove triggers first. Subtraction beats strategy when your system is overloaded. You've created a calmer runway. Next, we'll match your work to that calmer state so you stop fighting biology and start using it. Step 3, brain-first scheduling. Match work to your nervous system. You're productive when your state fits the task. Force fails because it fights physiology. So we'll plan your day around 3 states: deep focus, light focus, and admin, and we'll use your natural energy curve to decide when each one happens. Once you nail this, everything else clicks because you stop wasting high-quality brain time on low-quality tasks. First, define the states. Deep focus is for complex problem-solving, writing, strategy, design, the work that needs quiet, context, and zero pull from other things. Light focus is for idea generation, outlining, research, slides, reading, and collaborative thinking, work that can tolerate mild interruption and benefits from a bit of looseness. Admin is for logistics, email, scheduling, approvals, invoices, Slack replies, the necessary stuff that doesn't deserve your best brain. Now map states to your circadian energy. Most people get their cleanest cognitive window within 2 to 4 hours after waking, once the morning routine has set the slope and caffeine, if you use it, has landed. That's your deep focus anchor. Protect a 60-120 minute block there. Put buffers around it. 10 minutes before to set the target and lock distractions. 5 minutes after to park next actions so the context stays warm without bleeding into the next task. Light focus fits late morning or early afternoon when you're alert but not razor sharp. Use that time for creative drafting, reading, and collaborative planning. Admin belongs in lower energy valleys, late afternoon or just before lunch, when attention is naturally diffuse. Matching this way means you're not burning precious clarity on low-stakes work or trying to wrestle deep work when your brain wants breadth. Let me show you how to timebox anchors. Pick your deep focus anchor. Say 9:30-11:00 a.m. Put it on your calendar as a repeating event with a clear label. Verb plus object plus outcome. Draft section 2, 800 words, rough. That phrasing forces specificity and keeps you honest about what done looks like. Set a 10-minute pre-commit ritual. Review yesterday's last line, write the first ugly sentence, enable focus mode, and place your phone in another room. When the block starts, you've already started. Pre-commit transitions so you don't blow up your day. After deep focus, walk for 2 minutes, drink water, and do 1 physiological sigh. That clears adrenaline without dropping you. Before light focus, ask, what single question am I trying to answer? Write it on a sticky. Before admin, open your batch list and set a 25-minute timer. Stop when it ends. The ritual is the switch, no thinking about switching. Recovery slots are non-negotiable. Book 3 micro-recoveries, 5 minutes mid-morning, 5 minutes mid-afternoon, and a 15-minute off-ramp before your evening. They're not scrolling. They're breath, light, and movement. A step outside, horizon gaze, or a handful of slow squats. These windows prevent spillover stress and keep your later blocks from starting already revved. Here's the game changer. Anti-fragile buffers around deep work. Put a 10-15-minute guardrail before and after every deep block. Before, you clear the runway, close tabs, 1-line objective, focus mode on. After, you protect the landing, log what's next, set a reentry reminder, and do a quick state reset. That extra 20-30 minutes is insurance that the high cortisol push of deep work doesn't leak into the rest of your day as irritability or impulse checking. Avoid the classic mistake of back-to-back high cortisol tasks. 2 intense meetings glued to a deep block is a recipe for reactivity. Alternate intensity. Deep block right arrow short walk, reset right arrow collaborative or light focus. Tough meeting right arrow brief recovery, right arrow admin. Think of your nervous system like load management. Never stack red zones. Let's build tomorrow's template in 10 minutes. Step 1, place 1 deep focus block in your clean window with buffers. Step 2, place 1 light focus block where you usually feel a dip but not a crash. Step 3, place 2 admin batches of 25-40 minutes each. Step 4, set 2 message windows aligned to the admin blocks. Step 5, add your recovery slots. Step 6, tag 1 win of the day task, the one that, if done, makes the day a success. That one lives in deep focus. If you're not sure about your energy curve yet, test and iterate. For 3 days, run the same template and jot a 1-3 score after each block. 1 felt forced, 2 decent, 3 great. Adjust block timing by 30 minutes based on the pattern. Your goal isn't perfection. It's a repeatable cadence that holds on normal days and flexes on messy ones. What about meetings you can't move? Use state matching inside the meeting. If it's decision-heavy, schedule it closer to your light focus window, send a one-page brief 24 hours ahead, and open with the decision question. If it's status, push it into an admin slot and cap it at 25 minutes. If you must do a heavy meeting in your deep focus window, pay it back by adding another deep block later in the week. Now, a micro story. A founder I coach cut their always available mornings and installed a 9:30 deep focus anchor with strict buffers. In week 1, they shipped a critical spec and reduced slack by 40%. In week 2, they added a 5-minute recovery between investor calls. Their afternoons stopped spiraling. The change wasn't heroic effort, it was aligning tasks to state. If you remember nothing else, schedule state, then tasks. Protect one deep block a day, build buffers so stress doesn't spill over, and put admin where your energy is cheapest. Next, we'll lock this in with minimum viable habits so it sticks on your worst days, not just your best. Make it stick: habits, cues, and minimum viables. Consistency beats intensity, especially when you're rebuilding a nervous system pattern. The goal here isn't a perfect routine. It's a small, automatic loop that survives late nights, travel, and chaos days. Think identity first. Calm first, then create. That identity decides your start line ritual and your minimum viable version for each tool so you can keep streaks alive without burning willpower. Start with an identity cue stack you'll see every morning. 3 cues, same order. 1, a phrase you can say out loud while your feet hit the floor, calm first, then create. 2, a visual cue, lamp on, phone face down outside the bedroom. 3, a starter action, 2 nasal breaths with long exhales. That stack signals your brain, we start by downshifting. You're not choosing from scratch, you're following a script. Now build start line rituals for each state. For deep focus, 1-line objective, focus mode on, phone in another room, first ugly sentence or first sketch stroke. For light focus, write the single question you're answering, open only the source you need, stand for the first 2 minutes. For admin, set a 25-minute timer, open the batch list, clear 5 items. Rituals remove friction because they're tiny and they're the same every time. Minimum viable versions keep your streaks alive when life gets messy. Make a 2-minute version of each step. Physiology reset, 2 physiological sighs and a glance out a window. Trigger architecture, enable 1 focus mode and grayscale. Brain first scheduling, write tomorrow's win of the day and place 1 60-minute block. 2 minutes counts. You can always do more, but you never do less. Link habits to anchors you already do. After brushing your teeth, step outside for 60 seconds of light. After your first coffee, set the 2 message windows. After lunch, do 3 physiological sighs before you open email. After your last meeting, write the first sentence for tomorrow's deep block. When habits ride existing routines, you skip motivation and use timing. Fix friction ahead of time. Preset environments beat good intentions. Leave your phone charger outside the bedroom so sleep mode sticks. Put a sticky note on your monitor. Nasal, slow, 1 thing. Create app blocks in advance, news and social locked during deep focus. Place a water bottle on your desk. Wear shoes you can walk in. Lowering friction is a decision you make once that pays you daily. Use if, then plans for common derailers. If a meeting overruns, then I take a 3-minute walk and push the next block by 5 minutes. If I miss the morning routine, then I run the 90-second version before my first call. If travel wrecks my schedule, then I anchor light within an hour of local wake time and protect 1 45-minute deep focus block. These plans keep you in motion when conditions change. Perfection is the enemy here. The most common mistake is all or nothing. Miss a day? Don't restart Monday. Restart now with the minimum viable. A streak isn't magic, it's evidence. It tells your brain, this is who I am. You keep identity by doing the smallest action that fits the identity, even when you can't do the full plan. Let's make this real with 2-minute versions you can memorize. Morning, 2 nasal breaths, step outside, neck rolls. Midday, 3 physiological sighs, 20 steps, horizon gaze. Evening, lights dim, 4 and 6 out, breathing for 1 minute, phone out of sight. Tech, work focus on, grayscale on. Scheduling, write tomorrow's win of the day. That's your floor. Add habit linking for your calendar, too. End each deep focus block with the 2 lines, next small step, where to start tomorrow. End each admin batch by pasting your "no for now" template twice. End your day by writing the first sentence for tomorrow's deep block. You're always leaving breadcrumbs for your future self. Here's your quick win. Write a 3-line daily reset card and put it where you start your day. Line 1, calm first, then create. Line 2, morning light nasal move, midday sigh plus walk, evening dim plus long exhale. Line 3, today's win of the day. You've now reduced decisions, added identity, and set minimums that travel with you. Measuring progress without obsessing. You'll feel better, but let's make it visible without turning your life into a spreadsheet. We're going to track 3 simple signals that map directly to the loop: sleep latency, focus block count, and evening calm score. That's it. No wearables required, though they help if you already use one. Sleep latency is how long did it take to fall asleep? Under 20 minutes is good. Over 30 consistently means your evening arousal is still high. Each night, jot a number. 1 if you were out fast, 2 if it took a bit, 3 if you tossed. You're not judging, just noticing the slope of your nights. Focus block count is how many deep focus blocks did I complete today? We're counting completed 60 120-minute blocks, not minutes, trying. A 0 isn't failure. It's feedback that your environment or state wasn't ready. 1 is a solid day. 2 is excellent. More than 2 is rare and usually not sustainable. Track the number, not the guilt. Evening calm score is a 1-3 gut check 1 hour before bed. 1 means calm body, quieter mind. 2 means a bit keyed up. 3 means wired. You'll see this number drop fast once your light, breath, and tech environment are dialed. If it doesn't, we tweak the evening routine, not your character. Now a weekly check-in that fits on a sticky. 5 questions, 5 minutes once a week. What was my average sleep latency score? How many deep focus blocks did I average per day? What was my average evening calm score? What 1 stressor can I subtract next week? What 1 lever worked that I'll keep? Use the subtract first rule. Before you add a new tool, remove 1 stressor. 1 per week is enough. Ideas: kill 1 notification category, end 1 maybe commitment, move 1 recurring meeting, delete 1 distracting app, set 1 email rule. Subtraction lowers total spikes so every other tool works better. Here's the shortcut nobody teaches. Measure outputs you control, not feelings you can't force. You can't force feel calm, but you can run the 7-minute morning, set focus mode, and take a 5-minute walk at lunch. So along with the 3 signals, tick 3 behaviors. Morning light done, midday reset done, evening dim plus exhale done. A day with 2 of 3 behaviors usually shifts at least 1 signal. Common mistakes. First, chasing novelty, switching strategies weekly because you got bored. Remember, calm can feel boring at first. Boring often means it's working. Second, overmeasuring, turning metrics into a new source of stress. If tracking makes you tense, reduce it to hash marks in your notes app. Third, ignoring wins because they're small. Falling asleep 10 minutes faster is big. 1 extra deep focus block this week is big. Let me show you a sample week's pattern. Monday, sleep latency 3, focus blocks, calm score 3. Tuesday, latency 2, blocks 1, calm 2. Wednesday, latency 2, blocks 1, calm 2. Thursday, latency 1, blocks 2, calm 1. Friday, latency 1, blocks 1, calm 1. What changed? You subtracted late caffeine and added the evening dim plus exhale. 2 small levers, measurable shift. At your weekly review, make 1 small adjustment based on patterns. If sleep latency stays high, move dinner earlier by 30 minutes, dim lights 2 hours pre-bed, or cut late intense exercise. If focus blocks are stuck at 0, tighten your tech switch and add 10-minute buffers around your deep block. If evening calm is stubborn, swap doom scroll for a 5-minute walk after dinner. Use a tiny scorecard to keep momentum. Win of the week. 1 subtraction. 1 behavior to keep. If you remember nothing else here, measure to steer, not to judge. 3 simple signals show the loop changing. 1 subtraction per week compounds. Keep the behaviors tiny and repeatable. Your brain loves proof. Give it small, steady proof that your system is cooling, your focus is returning, and your evenings are landing. Rapid resets for high-stress days. Life will spike you anyway. Launches, sick kids, crises. You need fast controls that drop arousal without costing clarity. Think of these as mini emergency brakes you can pull anytime to prevent one stressful hour from hijacking your whole day. Start with the 60-second protocols. Number 1, physiological sighs. Inhale through your nose, take a second small inhale on top, then a long, slow exhale through your mouth. Do 3 of those back to back. You'll feel your heart rate drop and your mind unclench. It's the fastest in-the-moment downshift, I know. Number 2, eyes to horizon. When we're stressed, our visual field tunnels. Step outside or stand at a window and soften your gaze to the widest view you can. Scan the horizon for 30-60 seconds while breathing slower than normal. Wide vision tells your brain we're not in immediate danger, and it reduces micro-threat scanning. Number 3, cold wrists and forearms. Run cool water over your wrists and forearms for 60-90 seconds. It cools blood at the surface and gives a crisp state shift without a huge stress bill. If you can handle it, a brief splash on the upper back and neck works too. Keep it short. You're aiming for reset, not shock. Now the 5-minute outdoor walk rule. If a meeting explodes or your inbox detonates, set a timer for 5 minutes and get outside. Walk at a natural pace, breathe through your nose and look far, near, far, horizon, then a tree leaf, then horizon again. Movement plus light plus optic flow drains adrenaline. You'll return steadier and make a better next move. Between calls, microdose movement. 30 to 60 seconds is enough. 10 slow air squats, a wall chest stretch, or a calf raise set. Pair it with 1 physiological sigh. You're not working out. You're bleeding off pressure so the next task doesn't start already revved. When stress spikes, decision quality plummets. Use decision triage to stop the bleed. Ask 3 questions. Can this be postponed 24-48 hours with no real downside? Can someone else do 80% well enough? Can it be deleted entirely? Postpone, delegate, delete, that order. Then make a crisis calendar swap. Move 1 non-essential meeting, protect 1 60-minute deep block later, and add a 10-minute recovery buffer after the next hard event. You're reclaiming state, not squeezing more in. Here's a rapid protocol you can run anywhere, even in an office hallway. 30 seconds, 3 physiological sighs. 60 seconds, horizon gaze or window stare with slow exhales. 90 seconds, cool water on wrists and splash your face, or a brisk stair flight if water's not available. 60 seconds, write 1 line next action for the actual bottleneck. 120 seconds, 5-minute walk if you can. If not, stand, roll your shoulders, and breathe 4 in, 6 out. That's 5 minutes total. It won't fix the crisis, but it will fix your state so you can. Common mistake, trying to push through with caffeine. It feels like control, but you're stacking stimulation on top of adrenaline. If you're truly crashing, hydrate, salt lightly, and do the 5-minute walk first. If you still want caffeine, take a smaller dose and pair it with protein. You'll get alertness without the jittery edge that wrecks the next block. Make your personal crisis playbook now, before you need it. Write a tiny card or notes app entry with your steps. My 60-second reset. 3 physiological sighs, horizon gaze. My 5-minute reset. Outdoor walk, cold wrists, 1 line action. My triage order. Postpone right arrow, delegate right arrow, delete. My back channel. Who to text for true emergencies. My swap list. 3 meetings I can move first, 1 deep block I protect. Add 2 scripts you can paste under pressure. For postponing, today turned into a fire drill. I'll deliver X by new time. If you need sooner, tell me the minimum version. For delegating, can you take first pass on X using Y template? Aim for 80% by time, I'll finalize. Build a crisis kit at your desk. Headphones for instant focus mode, a water bottle, a light sweater so cold water isn't miserable, and a sticky note that says Psi plus horizon plus 1 line. When the alarm bells ring, glance at the note and run the sequence. 1 more advanced move. After any intense event, schedule a 3-minute decompression before you re-enter. Stand up, step outside if possible, do 1 physiological sigh and ask, what's the one thing that matters next? Write that down. This protects the rest of your day from absorbing the crisis. If you remember nothing else, when stress spikes, change your state first, then decide. 60 seconds buys you clarity. 5 minutes buys you choice. Use them. Preventing relapse, social, systems, and sleep. You've lowered spikes and matched work to state. Now protect the gains. Relapse usually comes from three places: people who unknowingly pull you back into urgency, systems that decay, and sleep that drifts. We'll set a few agreements, run a weekly hygiene pass, and lock down your wind down so your baseline stays low without constant effort. Start with social agreements. Urgency spreads through teams faster than a virus, so make your availability explicit. Share your response windows and deep work times. I'm off Slack 9:30:11:00 and 2:003:00 for deep work. I check messages at 12 and 4. Pin it in your bio and status. Add one more pact: no surprise mornings. That means no same-day morning meetings or requests unless they're truly critical. It protects the cleanest brain time you have. At home, make start and stop times visible. I start at 9, I stop at 6. Post them where your family sees them. If your work bleeds into evening, it drags cortisol with it. A clear stop time cues your nervous system to downshift. Add a short shutdown ritual, last 5 minutes, park the next action, and write the first sentence for tomorrow's deep block. Close the loop so your brain isn't rehearsing it at night. Now, systems decay by default, so we need a weekly review that's fast and repeatable. Block 30 minutes on the same day each week. The checklist is simple. Tech hygiene. Turn badges back off if they crept in, confirm focus modes, purge your home screen if apps reappeared. Calendar pruning. Delete one recurring meeting or shorten 2 by 5 minutes. Add buffers back if they were eats. Clutter scan. Clear your desk to the next day's task. Archive or date stamp tabs into a single Decide Friday list. Think of it as brushing your system's teeth. Small, regular maintenance prevents plaque, ACA stress, from building up. Conflict creeps back too. If you feel a growing about a thread or person, don't let it ride. Use your 3-line script, send it, and reclaim that mental bandwidth. Open loops are cortisol leaks. Closing them early keeps your baseline steady. Sleep is your biggest relapse protector. Protect it with a wind-down sequence you can run on autopilot. 90 minutes before bed, shift to warm, low light and cap screens or use night mode at minimum brightness. 60 minutes before bed, do a light tidy while breathing 4 in, 6 out through your nose. 30 minutes before bed, no stimulating inputs, no news, no intense shows. If your mind is busy, do a 2-minute brain dump. Write every open loop and the next tiny step. Put the list out of sight. Your brain relaxes when it knows the plan is parked. Temperature matters. Cool your sleep space if you can. Around the mid-60s Fahrenheit is a good target for most people. A warm shower 60-90 minutes before bed helps by dropping core temperature after. If you wake at night, don't doom scroll. Sit up, low light, slow nasal breathing, and a brief page of light reading until sleep pressure returns. Weekends are where clocks get wrecked. Keep wake time within an hour of weekdays. If you're out late, anchor morning light anyway and skip naps longer than 20-30 minutes. A late, long nap pushes bedtime and resets the loop. Keep workouts earlier when possible. If you must train late, downshift with long exhales and dim light right after. Social and sleep intersect. Set evening phone rules with your closest people. Agree on no heated topics after a certain hour. Agree on a late night check-in phrase that means, let's park this till tomorrow. You're protecting physiology, not avoiding life. Run a Sunday 20-minute reset ritual to glue it all together. 5 minutes. Place one deep block each weekday and the buffers. 5 minutes. Set message windows and focus modes for the week. 5 minutes. Tidy your desk and pack your morning 7 cues, sticky note, water lamp. 5 minutes. Plan 3 dinners that land 2 hours before bed. Small moves, big payoff. Common mistakes here. Letting weekends blow up your schedule, allowing one urgent exception to multiply, and treating wind down as optional. Don't negotiate with your wind down. Make it short, automatic, and boring in a good way. Quick win you can do tonight. Pick a stop time, set a lamp-only rule after it, and write tomorrow's first sentence before you close your laptop. You'll feel your system exhale. Special cases and constraints. Different constraints need different dials. You'll use the same 3 levers: physiology, triggers, and state match scheduling, but tuned to your reality. I'll give you specific, low-friction moves for parents, shift workers, founders, and students, plus the one mistake everyone makes: copying someone else's perfect schedule without accounting for their constraints. Parents first. The two biggest challenges are fragmented mornings and unpredictable interrupts. So split shift deep work. Anchor one 60-90-minute deep focus block either before kids wake or during their first anchored window nap, school, or practice. Protect it with a literal door sign and headphones. Your second deep block can be after bedtime, but keep it short and end with a strict wind down. Lamp-only light and 4-in, 6-out breathing for 5 minutes. Build nap maps, a short list of 10-20-minute tasks you can knock out if a nap lands. Draft 3 bullets, outline a slide, prep tomorrow's materials. Sync with a partner once a week. Share your 2 deep blocks and your response windows. Trade coverage so both of you get at least 1 protected focus window. Minimum viable physiology for parents. School-run light exposure, 2 physiological sighs at stoplights, and phone on grayscale after dinner. Shift workers, you're not broken, you need timing rules. Pick an anchor sleep. Even if total hours vary, keep 1 consistent sleep block across your roster, then add a top-up nap as needed. Use light therapy to pin your morning. After waking for your main sleep, get 10 minutes of bright light, sunlight if possible, a bright lamp if not. Avoid bright light in the 2-3 hours before your anchor sleep. Meal windows matter. Keep the largest meal in your biological daytime, the first half of your wake period, and avoid heavy meals in the final 3 hours before sleep. For overnight shifts, run micro-resets at 2-4 a.m., 3 physiological sighs, eyes to horizon down a hallway, and cool wrists. Brain-first schedule on shifts means swapping labels. Your deep focus block lives in the first third of your wake period, admin in the last third. On days off, don't whipsaw. Shift your wake time by 60-90 minutes, not 4 hours. Protect 1 wind-down ritual regardless of clock time. Founders, your problem is decision overload and calendar entropy. Install decision quotas, 3 consequential decisions per day max. Everything else becomes a memo you or a teammate drafts for later. CEO calendar rules, 1 deep focus block as a standing meeting with yourself, investor internal updates batched into 2 windows weekly, and a no meetings zone in your sharpest cognitive window 4 days a week. Make async your default. Require pre-reads 24 hours before any decision meeting and open with the decision question. Build anti-fragile buffers around fundraising and launches. 15 minutes before and after each high-stakes call for a state reset, and a non-negotiable walk after the last call to bleed off cortisol so it doesn't follow you home. Your trigger architecture is ruthless. Slack windows, inbox rules for quick question, and a public availability doc so urgency doesn't colonize your morning. Students, you're juggling variable energy, deadlines, and high stakes. Use study sprints, 50 minutes deep focus, 10 minutes reset, nasal walk, horizon gaze, water. Do 2 back-to-back in your best window, then switch to light focus for reading or problem sets that benefit from variety. Before exams, add stress buffers. Finalize materials 48 hours before, do a teach-back session, then sleep. Sleep encodes memory, cramming at 2 a.m. trades recall for anxiety. Low arousal mornings. Delay caffeine 60 minutes, hit outside light, and do 5 minutes of long exhale breathing before opening any grading portal or group chat. Tech switch for students. Grayscale, do not disturb during sprints, and social apps locked until after your last deep focus block. The common mistake across all these, copying someone's schedule without adjusting for your constraints. Instead, run the principles. Anchor 1 deep block in your cleanest window, add buffers, and subtract 1 trigger category a week. Then tune light, breath, movement, and meals to your actual clock. Your nervous system doesn't need perfect, it needs consistent signals that fit your life. Motivation without cortisol, drive that doesn't burn you. You've built calmer systems. Now let's talk drive, ambition without riding the threat pedal. The key is shifting from stress-fueled urgency to values-fueled momentum. You'll set goals that matter, track progress you control, and build mastery streaks so motivation grows from evidence, not adrenaline. Start with values-aligned goals. Grab 3 words that describe the work you want more of: useful, original, simple, or helpful, rigorous kind. Now translate them into outcomes and behaviors. Outcome: finish the client proposal by Friday. Behavior: write 600 words in your deep focus block Tuesday, Thursday. The outcome gives direction, the behavior gives today's lever. If a goal doesn't connect to a value, it'll need cortisol to move it. Add process metrics so success shows up daily. Instead of get promoted, track 3 deep focus blocks this week. 1 teach back to a teammate, 1 feedback request. You can't force promotion, but you can stack proof that you're doing promotable work. When your brain sees controllable wins, it craves repetition without panic. Now build mastery streaks. Pick 1 craft lever per quarter, clarity in writing, clean commits, thoughtful design rationale. Define a daily minimum you can't miss, 2 sentences that improve clarity, 1 commit with a tight message, 1 rationale bullet. Track streaks visually, hash marks in a notebook beat fancy apps because they're always there. Streaks create identity. I'm someone who ships clarity, not I'm someone who chases deadlines. Here's the thing most people miss. Calm can feel boring at first. If you're used to cortisol, neutral arousal feels like low motivation. It's not. It's signal to noise improving. The work feels steadier, less dramatic, and oddly easier to start. That's good. To help your brain trust it, add tiny dopamine that isn't stress. A visible progress log, a 30-second end-of-block celebration, checkmark, music cue, quick stand, and stretch. Let's put a simple daily why review at the start of your deep focus block. 1 sentence. I'm doing this to help X audience solve Y. Today's piece is Z. That takes 10 seconds and points your attention at meaning. Meaning reduces threat. You're not pushing for points, you're serving a purpose. That shift changes the quality of your focus. Do progress snapshots weekly. 2 screenshots, 2 sentences. Screenshot a before-after of something you shipped. Write 2 lines on what improved and what you'll try next. You're training your brain to notice growth. Growth is motivating. Panic isn't required. Celebrate process, not panic. End each week with a tiny retrospective. What 3 behaviors did I run that moved the work? Note them. Then pick 1 to double down on next week. Rewards can be plain, an early walk, a coffee with a friend, a favorite playlist saved for your first deep block. Keep rewards linked to behavior, not random splurges that disrupt sleep or spike you. Here's a quick example. A developer I coached shifted their I only sprint under pressure pattern to I ship small daily improvements. They set a 45-minute deep focus anchor, tracked commits with 1-line rationales, and did a Friday snapshot of a refactor before-after. In 3 weeks, their PR comments dropped, their stress stayed low, and they felt more pride. Same ambition, different fuel. Common friction. If I drop urgency, will I lose my edge? No. You'll keep urgency for real deadlines by using clean, contained sprints with buffers and a decompression after. The difference is you won't be living in sprint mode. Your baseline stays low, so your peaks are effective when you choose them. Write your frictionless, value-backed next action for tomorrow. Make it so easy you can start without thinking. Open doc, paste yesterday's last line, write 100 ugly words, or open code, write the failing test name and scaffold. Put that on a sticky where you'll see it at start time. Frictionless starts beat hyped starts every time. If you remember nothing else, motivation is a system. Values set direction, behaviors build proof, streaks lock identity. Calm isn't lack of drive, it's clarity. Use it. 14-day implementation plan. You don't need a new life, you need 2 tight weeks that reset your slope. We'll roll this out in sequence so it sticks without overwhelm. Week 1 is physiology plus trigger cuts. Week 2 is brain-first scheduling plus simple measurement. 1 subtraction per day, tiny wins, compounding calm. Day 1, run the 7-minute morning before checking your phone. Delay caffeine 60 minutes. Do 3 physiological sighs at midday and a 5-minute outdoor walk. After sunset, lamp only light and foreign, 6 out breathing for 5 minutes. Subtract, turn your phone grayscale. Day 2, repeat the morning. Add a 5-minute mobility flow. Set 2 message windows, 12 and 4. Subtract, disable non-critical notifications and remove red badges. Evening, finish dinner 2 to 3 hours before bed if possible. Day 3, morning again, then schedule a 5-minute post-lunch walk on your calendar. Subtract, purge your home screen to 1 row, calendar, notes, timer, camera. Add a 10-minute buffer after your deepest meeting to prevent spillover. Day 4, 7-minute morning plus horizon gaze for 60 seconds. Subtract, create 2 inbox rules, newsletters to review Friday, vague phrases flagged for admin. Do 3 physiological sighs before opening email. Evening, long exhale breathing for 5 minutes. Day 5, same morning. Subtract, default no for now, template added to text replacements. Use it once today. Add a canned DM explaining your response windows. Do a 5-minute tidy with nasal breathing before bed. Day 6, morning routine, then a 10-minute nature or daylight walk. Subtract, one recurring meeting deleted or shortened by 15 minutes with an agenda. Add a 15-minute evening wind down. Lamps only, slow breath, brain dump of open loops. Day 7, light nasal move. Run a 20-minute trigger kill. Focus mode scheduled, badges off, home screen clean, 2 email rules set, conflict script drafted. Evening, early dinner, tech light night. Quick check, sleep latency score, focus block count, evening comm score. Week 2 shifts to brain-first scheduling and measurement. Keep the physiology minimums. Now we place blocks, buffers, and track 3 signals. We subtract 1 stressor per day before adding anything new. Day 8, build tomorrow's template in 10 minutes. 1 deep focus anchor in your clean window with 10 15-minute buffers, 1 light focus block, 2 admin batches, and 2 message windows aligned to admin. Subtract, 1 distracting app removed or locked during deep focus. Day 9, run the plan. Pre-commit transitions, 2-minute walk and 1 physiological sigh after deep work, 1 question on a sticky for light focus, 25-minute timer for admin. Subtract, close or archive 50+ orphan tabs into a dated Decide Friday list. Day 10, repeat. Add your 3 micro-recoveries, 5 minutes mid-morning, 5 minutes mid-afternoon, 15-minute off-ramp before evening. Subtract, move 1 meeting out of your deep focus window or decline with a clear async alternative. Day 11, keep the blocks. Add a win of the day target inside deep focus, verb plus object plus outcome. Subtract, 1 maybe task deleted or deferred with no for now. Evening wind down holds even if shortened. Day 12, run the template. Use decision triage once, postpone, delegate, delete. Subtract, silence 1 noisy group thread, move it to your message windows. Do a 5-minute outdoor walk after the hardest event. Day 13, repeat. Add an anti-fragile buffer around 1 more intense task. Subtract, late caffeine after 2 p.m. if you slip, do 3 physiological sighs and reset, no guilt. Day 14, short weekly review. Look at your 3 signals: average sleep latency, average focus block count, average evening comm. Note 1 subtraction to keep next week, 1 behavior that worked, and place next week's deep blocks with buffers. Celebrate with a simple reward that doesn't spike you, an early walk or a relaxed coffee. Expected results. By days 4-6, falling asleep gets easier and wake-ups feel less groggy. By days 10-14, deep focus blocks feel cleaner and cravings for sugar or extra caffeine drop. If they don't, adjust 1 lever at a time: earlier dinner, tighter focus modes, or longer evening dim. Stick to the plan, don't stack new hacks. Calm isn't flashy, it's repeatable. If you remember nothing else, subtract 1 stressor per day, protect 1 deep block per day, and run the 3 minimum behaviors: morning light, midday reset, evening dim plus exhale. 2 weeks is enough to feel the loop breaking. You didn't have a discipline problem. You had a cortisol loop keeping your brain in threat and your focus on fire drills. Run the 14-day plan and post your biggest subtraction in the comments so others can steal it. Subscribe for the advanced deep work systems and watch the next video for a deeper dive on state matching and energy cycling. End here. Go set tomorrow's single deep focus block right now.